Well, let's see what we'll have for Sunday night's opening here. Bull or bear? Coin says a bull. Tough to say though, kind of sideways out there. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in lovely Lauderdale by the Sea. Got the live Deerfield underwater cam up. Hey, there's one of those look downs looking at you right there. See how thin those bastards are? I shouldn't call them bastards. They're beautiful creatures. But look at that. You almost can't see them. When they turn sideways, man, they look huge. But cool creatures, almost surreal looking if you ask me. All right, I know, I get off topic all the time. Love watching the fishes. I hope some of you do as well. And again, you can like this City of Deerfield Beach live underwater cam. Very cool, especially in the summertime. Lots. I've seen sharks. I've seen all kinds of great stuff down there. All right, weekend report, more or less the wrap up for the week, and we're heading into the weekend. I hope you're all going to enjoy yourselves, whatever it is you're doing out there with yourself or with your family, your friends, whatever. Enjoy yourself. That's the important thing. And I'm going to, it's an evening video again, man. I used to get these videos done in the morning. I haven't been able to do that lately. I'll get back to the morning hours. But meanwhile, tonight's video is brought to you by King Estate Pinot Noir. Not too bad, actually. 2020 Publix brand. I know, local brand right off the shelf. But and I'm not sponsored by them at all. I just kind of wanted to make a joke that's what I'm going to be drinking while I'm doing this show tonight. On my first couple of sips here, and it's not too bad. My throat's a little dry. It's always dry, though. That's just a good excuse to take a sip. The calm before the storm. I looked this up, Derek Landy, just to kind of confirm who that was. Derek Landy, and he's some recent guy that's still alive that writes some Irish plays or something like that. And you know what? I'm calling bullshit on this one. Derek Landy did not make up the calm before the storm quote. So I'm not joking either. Oh, I can't. All right, I already closed it. But Derek Landy. But no less, it is the calm before the storm. And this is not the quote of the day or the quote of the weekend, I guess. But that's what we're looking at right now. Sideways markets, folks. We've maintained this $1,800 level with gold quite well, in my opinion. I mean, could we see sub 1,800? Sure. But it won't stay there for long, in my opinion, unless we see a complete collapse of the equity markets, which we won't see because what we are actually seeing is a controlled letdown of the equity markets by the Fed and by the government. And their intervention into buying assets and all that other good stuff. But let's talk about what's going on with precious metals. Absolutely nothing. But on the other hand, that has been good for buyers because the premiums on silver have dropped dramatically. If you watch my video a couple days ago, I talked about premiums crashing on silver. Gold premiums haven't been too bad. I mean, last I looked in small quantities, I can sell gold eagles at spot plus 117. Larger quantities, I can sell them for less. And that beats the pants off of the online guys. And again, I like to think that I'm very competitive with the guys down here in South Florida as well. I have the best prices. Okay, pitching myself. The calm before the storm, though, that's what we've seen. Just like silver, same thing. I felt, and I said this a while back ago, and maybe I've stuck my foot in my mouth. I don't know because it's still not. It's tough to say whether we'll see sub 20. But I said like a month, 2, 3, 4, 5 months ago that I thought sub $20 silver was pretty much over. But again, we could still see a drop below that level if everything just takes a giant shit at once. I saw it in 2008, when the markets collapsed and everything. But I believe that this government and the Fed are doing every single thing they can, including supporting stock markets and other things, maybe even real estate at some point here, to keep these markets from collapsing overnight like they did in 2008. That's the only thing they learned. They didn't learn how to fix the problem. They didn't learn how to fix the economic woes and why we're in economic woes. All they learned how to do was just make sure it doesn't collapse overnight by injecting more money into the system. And I believe the stock markets are being supported right now, S&P, Dow, and the NASDAQ by the federal government, by the government and also by the Fed. And if you don't believe me, just type in the word plunge protection team, okay? It's a real thing. They do support markets. And I believe, again, they're supporting the stock market right now, equities markets, because they don't want a complete collapse. But with precious metals, it's the calm before the storm. This is exactly what we're saying. The gold to silver ratio is quite a bit out of whack right now, and we'll get to that in a moment as well. The real quote for the week is, every cloud has its silver lining, but it's sometimes a little difficult to get to the mint. That's great. I think that's cool. I don't know who Don Marquis is, and I got to admit, even though I fact-checked the first one, who did that quote, and he didn't make that quote up. I'm sorry. Don Marquis, I'm not quite sure he is, or who he is, and we're not going to look him up right now because this is a show about precious metals, and we're going to talk about that right now. Let me do a quick refresh. Markets are closed, period, right here. They're not going anywhere until Monday when they open up in the evening. And the coin did say it's going to be a bull on Sunday night. I'm sorry, Sunday night when the overnight markets open up. Look at that low of 1840, still holding on to this above 18 mark. And some people saying, well, what happened to the gold and silver price? Inflation's kicking in really hard. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet if you think inflation's kicking in hard, but I digress there. Inflation's kicking in. Gold didn't really take off like it's supposed to. Well, listen, it's not supposed to take off. It's about wealth preservation primarily. I've always said this. You look at gold and silver as wealth preservation first, and then as an investment, maybe an investment, I don't know if you call it investment, and then you consider that a possibility that you could see a double or a triple up, especially with silver, in my opinion. All right, well, let's take a look at these ranges, 1818 to 1832, closed at 1828. New York closed at 1826, the brief time that the overnight markets were open, again, 1828. Take a look at silver. I mean, there's some wide freaking ranges here, but still hanging on to that above 20 mark, as I always thought it would. You worry about making these short-term predictions here, but I think 20 is the mark right now. I think that's where we are. Could we see sub 20? Yes, again, in a collapse of the market, in a maybe real monkey hammering situation. But I think that they've monkey hammered these markets as much as they could. The big commercial shorts and the short positions that are on the Crimex markets. But again, take a look at this, 2117, back up above that 21 mark, 2167 the low, 2125 the high today, and let's see what happens on Sunday night and Monday. Platinum holding on to that $900 mark too, just tipping slightly during the day, below 900 to 1897. But again, closing at in the aftermarkets at 995, just a tad over 900. All these metals are great buy, folks. None of the premiums are terrible on gold, silver, and platinum right now. And, the thing is, a lot of you are bought in, a lot of you that listen to me, and a lot of really gold and silver people out there that do accumulate gold and silver are bought in. You're bought in right now. You bought gold and silver. You like these lows. You may not be able to necessarily buy as much as you'd like at these prices. But no less, if you can't and you're already bought in, even if you're bought in at a higher price, $30 silver or higher, if you're bought in at gold at $2,000 or higher, relax, go fishing, go ride your motorcycle, go hunting, go do whatever you do, shoot your guns, go have a good time, and do what, climbing mountains, looking at butterflies, the broad spectrum of all the different things that people love to do. Go do that. Don't sit here and stare at the price of silver. It's the worst freaking thing you can do. These short-term movements are just, you can be obsessive compulsive when it comes to these gold and silver prices if you're not careful. But again, I suspect if you're doing it with gold and silver, you're doing it with other things too as well. So I'm not your psychiatrist. All right, let's palladium. Who the hell cares? Who knows? I don't sell enough of it, and I don't really care about it right now. And another sip of the Pinot Noir here. California, man, they do make some good wines. That's for sure. You gotta hand it to California. They make great wines. They make terrible politicians. No doubt about that. 1826.40. Look at this. I always talk about the certain segments of the day. Here's the NYMEX markets, New York Crimex markets I talk about right here in the light gray. And overnight, really, it's all Crimex. It's all CME Group. New York Globex is a 24-hour, 23-hour market owned by Globex. Owned by CME Group, which runs the casino called Comex. All right, so that's the 24-hour markets. They also own this market and this market too, this market, but they don't own Hong Kong, Sydney, or London. London's just as crooked though. But the price discovery right here is made. you know, I look at these charts and graphs, and you know what? We see the overnight markets get monkey hammered sometimes, and nobody sells a large amount of gold and silver in thinly traded markets overnight, unless their sole intent is to drive these markets down. You know, but folks, I tell you, we're living in the world of bizarro world like Superman, where everything's the opposite. Oh yeah, when crooked manipulation is okay, and people that point it out are not. Well, no less. Let's move along from there. I don't even want to get my blood pressure up because I'm enjoying a good Pinot Noir tonight. Friday night. I hope you're enjoying yourself too as well. Let's get through this report. Same bullshit with silver right here. I'm not even going to talk about the 24-hour charts. Look at this monkey hammering right here. There's no good reason for gold and silver to be down. There's no good reason for it to be at these current prices, but there is a good opportunity to own. Again, for you folks that are already bought in, relax, go fishing. You know, turn off the spot prices. Stop listening to my show for a little bit. I'm cool about that. You know what I mean? Go enjoy yourself. But meanwhile, I probably shouldn't say that. That's not good YouTube philosophy. But I'm not here I'm here to promote myself and promote my store and promote my business and tell you that I can beat JM, APMEX, and SD Bullion on their prices and all the local dealers down here. And if you don't have a good local dealer, find a local dealer, because keeping that money local is important. That was my little spiel on why you should come and see me if you live in South Florida. But no less, I'm telling you, this is just bullshit. The price discovery in the Crimex markets is bullshit. What is not bullshit is the gold to silver ratio. Well, maybe it is. I don't know, but I'm not going to go there right now because I didn't think about it. But gold and silver ratio, I think, is wonderful right now. Let's take a look at what Siri says here and do a little math. Let's see if Siri can do this without taking forever. 1,828.04 divided by 21.17 equals?
The answer is approximately 86.3504.
I'm liking this, folks. 86 to 1. Thank you, Siri. You got that right and quick. Silver, 86 to 1. All right, I got the 30-year chart up here because who cares beyond 30 years? It's hard enough to think beyond yesterday sometimes. But 30-year chart, I've got the gold to silver ratio chart up here. And you know, visually, oh gosh, I just clicked Schwab. Okay, there we go. Visually, folks, draw a line. Where do you think the center of this gold 30-year chart is? Well, I'm kind of looking at that spike. You got to kind of reduce that spike a little bit. You got to reduce that spike a little bit. And there's special times that denote why those spikes are so high and what happened at that point. But no less, if you were to draw a line through the 30-year chart, you would kind of say, well, shouldn't the gold to silver ratio be in that, I like, right, 65 to 1, maybe a little bit higher than that. You know, if you were to average this out, visually average it out, that's kind of what I'm coming up with in my head here. And excuse me, but one more shot of this Pinot shot. I'm doing shots of Pinot Noir. Oh, that's inflation for you, folks. Hang on one second. Okay, well, so 65 to 1, 71 on the high side. And where are we at right now? What did it just say, 86 to 1 or higher? Oh my gosh, I already forgot. But no less, you know, we're back up into these numbers. Take a look at this, 85, 86 to 1. And if you take a look at this, and let me explain my thinking between the gold and silver ratio, is wherever gold will kind of be the canary in the gold mine for silver. Gold, when the shit hits the fan, when the black swans start happening, when all kinds of crap starts happening, when people start fearing, and governments start fearing, and central banks start fearing, they buy gold, folks. Despite what they may tell you, they buy gold. And this is when you'll see gold spike up like you did right here, and silver lags behind. That's why you're seeing such a high gold to silver ratio. And where else have we saw this? Well, we saw this back here. Take a look at this. 2008, look at the gold to silver ratio right there. 80 to 1, not quite as high as here, but we're in dynamic, strange times right here, folks. I mean, after 2008, which if you take a look right here, this is like weird times. This is government bank intervention, government intervention. This is topsy-turvy world. This is politically topsy-turvy world. But take a look at that gold to silver ratio. And again, we're currently, 86 to 1 right here on this. So right here on this chart, right about here. I believe that if we see a big spike in gold, and I keep telling you silver guys watch gold, because wherever gold goes, you're going to eventually be following. So, you know, the gold to silver ratio is on the rise right now. I don't think gold is too cheap, in my humble opinion, although you never know. I think silver is too cheap. And I believe this ratio will probably kind of closen up a little bit, unless we see gold just kind of shoot up through the roof sometime soon. Tough to say. There's some people out there that thinking gold's going to take a big moonshot sometime soon. All right, well, let me get into what the best deals are out there. You know, of course, you know, if you live in South Florida, I'm your guy to go to. Well, I'm bragging about myself here. But we're the people to come to. We'll beat anyone here in South Florida on their prices on reasonably priced gold, silver, and platinum products. And I also advertise to beat JM Bullion. They're the 800-pound Walmart gorilla out there of gold and silver. But SD, you guys are pretty good too, and so is APMEX. Nothing wrong with those companies. However, I always advertise and I always say that if you can buy local, even if you have to pay a little bit more, it's good to keep that money local with your small businesses rather than buying from the 800-pound JM Bullion gorillas out there and the APMEX and the SDs. You know, if you spend with your local dealer, he spends with the local restaurants, the local grocery store, the local mechanics, the local plumber. You get my point. Well, anyways, premiums. Premiums are great. You know, there's really, really great reductions in premium that I've seen on the wholesale level. But not so much on the retail level. I'm looking at Amex, JM, and SD. They're a little bit slow on the uptake as far as lowering their prices on a lot of these products. But obviously, like I said, I can beat their numbers and all these things right here. What is the best deal in silver right now? Stay the frick away from sovereign products like American Silver Eagle. Stay away from Maple Leaf. Stay away from those other things. I hate to say that because I own those products. I'm really kind of screwing myself, but I don't want to sell you overpriced products, and neither should your local dealer. And JM, APMEX, and SD, really, they just put as much they can out there, so they'll let you buy whatever you want. You're a big boy, big girl, big whatever. The best deal, again, is 100-ounce bars, kilo bars. If you're in my store, kilo bars got a great deal on them. They're as cheap as 100-ounce bars, so if I had a preference, I'd go with the kilos. And silver 1 ounces and 10 ounces. 10 ounces seemed a little harder to source right now, but again, I'll beat JM, APMEX, SD, and all the people in South Florida. Hope you guys can find a good local deal that does the same. As far as gold, not much to talk about in gold. I still think gold, the best deals are gold bars. Again, I can beat the prices of the local dealers here in South Florida and the online guys. But spot plus about $78 is what we got them for sale. I think the APMEX and all these other guys are even higher. But no less, the prices change, and they may change theirs lower, and I'll change mine lower too as well. But no less. I keep saying no less. I got to get rid of that. That's like God, I used to say one word all the time. All right. One more sip here, and no less. All right, let's move out of here and move into what happened to equities markets. Look at that. Holy crap. You'd think there was an economic recovery, but folks, dead cat bounce in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm going to move along from here. I'm not a stock and bond expert, but I do believe that if governments were going to intervene in any markets in the United States, they would intervene in these markets to keep, because again, remember what the government, the U.S. government and the central banks view our wealth as. They view our wealth as the banking wealth, as our service industry's wealth, as the corporate wealth, Wall Street wealth. They don't, and real estate wealth, you know. So they're going to support those markets, obviously. All right, gata.org. Man, I hate to call it homework this week, folks, so I'm going to just call it suggested reading on my part. You should go to gata.org because they got some really good stuff. Pam and Russ Martin's always talked about they think the markets are, the government's intervening in markets like I think as well, and I've been saying it, I think I said it before them, but again, they're smarter than I am. That doesn't mean much. No less, good article, and they're talking about J.P. Morgan's we're going to surpass $60 trillion fucking dollars. Excuse, I had to throw one F-bomb for the weekend. And remember, this is an adult show. No children, please. If there's children in the room, send them out immediately, and dogs and cats with sensitive ears as well. Russia, China, and other BRICS challenge the dollar. We knew this. Listen, we weaponized the dollar a long time ago. Our idiot people that run things here, I'm going to be careful what I say, in this particular country, They weaponized the dollar years ago, and it was the worst freaking mistake they ever made, because there's a couple things that people always appreciated. They liked Levi jeans when I was a kid. They liked Marlboro cigarettes, and they also liked the U.S. dollar. And even after Marlboro cigarettes and jeans became unpopular, they still loved the dollar until we weaponized it. Our fault. Not our fault. Yeah, it is our fault. We voted these idiots in office. But no less, I said it. Oh, I got to be careful. All right, let's move along here. Some good stuff here. Really, read gat.org, not homework, because no one loves to do homework. It's suggested reading on my part. And let's move into, I got stuff on the grill, man. I'll probably burn my potato already. Burn my corn and potato already, damn it. All right, one more sip here, and let's take a look at yesterday's video. I talked about, certain entities not letting your content get to the place where it needs to be by lessening the amount of people that maybe could potentially watch it. I hope that gets through okay. That's kind of what I've been believing, because that was great content right there. Not a bad title either. And I'm sharing my YouTube experiences with you guys. Trust me on this. All kinds of experiences, and including what I think that might be, maybe the views just suck because certain kind of people don't like what you say. Just another day in the Crimex silver markets. Obviously, they don't care about the Crimex silver markets, but maybe do. Look at those views as well. Good content on both these videos. I recommend that you watch them, and I'm going to answer some questions from yesterday's video here. You know what? I don't even know why I monetize these. I give you freaking pennies for it. But that's my YouTube guy, Marcelo's suggestions that I do that. And I guess why not? Let him give you something, Tone, the breakdown. Okay, hang on. Let me sort by newest comments first, and then we're going to move into the good night part of it. So, Welco, what's up? Ymir says one day that, yep, I agree with you 100%. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. Oh, yeah. You know why they're doing well is because every time they start talking about legislation, people just go out there and surge buy. There's like splurge buying on that stuff. Fear buying. Fear, man. Fear instigates a lot of things. Mark Hall says, why is there not a class action suit? There is out there, Mark Hall. Any of you that are familiar with the class action suit that's going against the Comex markets, I think somebody mentioned it to me in comments a while ago, but I believe there's a YouTuber out there doing that. Hey, Mark, hope you have a great weekend. Squirt says Holly weird equals idiots. That's true, man. Holly weird for sure. Man, there's another spammer. You know what, though? I'm going to let that person, hang on, we're not going to pass. Are we? No, we're not. We're going to do a Hickok 45 thing, except I can't kind of like shoot them off the page. I got to just do a report. Oh, no, we're not going to report. Hang on. Report on this. We're going to just do a remove. There we go. Chase Z says non-conspiratorial at all. Thank you very much. Yeah, can't argue with that right there. I don't think so. I just think he's a crooked populist kind of person, but that's just my opinion. Thanks for commenting, Chase. Hope you have a great weekend. Tim says he agrees as well, and I agree with you, Tim, and I think we're on the same page. RSW Sloman says he would listen if I did one of these type pages. Maybe I will. Let's see here. I just need some more help here in the store. If I could find a right-hand person that knew everything about coins. That's a unicorn, I'm sorry. The commodities market sucked today. Yeah, can't argue with that, Silverliner. How you doing, man? I hope you have a good weekend as well. Wallace Folly says, great video. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're going to swell my head here and make my tongue dry. Ready? Here's a drink to you, Pinot. I drink a Pinot Noir to you, Wallace Folly. Thank you. Strong Stacker, what's up? Kristen Rowe, my laughs. I hope my cracks didn't laugh you up, but I almost said that. Your laugh cracks me up. I would kind of try to pull off a fake one, but I can't. They got to be really genuine. Thanks, Kristen. Have a nice weekend. Charles Taylor, as well, I think so. I really believe that. It depends on what you talk about. The algos are really good that they can pick stuff up, and I think if you're talking about political themes and certain things, yeah, you could screw your views for sure. Tree Climber says, yep, can't say that word either because that might screw my views. Thanks, Tree Climber, have a great day. American Patriot, love that name. It is a gift. It really is. These prices are a gift when the price is much lower. But you know, for you folks that already bought it and even at higher prices, go fishing, man. Go do something enjoyable. Relax. Your day will come. You'll wake up. Silver will really impress you guys. Trust me, I've been in this business. It's cyclical, and we're going through some really dynamic times. Linda, thank you. I appreciate that as well. Buy any pal. Paper notes competing. Yeah, I've heard about that. I'm not sure about. Are you talking about SLV or are you talking about at Comex? Comex, I'm sure. SLV, I'm not quite sure of. Thank you. Appreciate your comments. Hope you have a great weekend. Michael, what's up? Joe Schmo, Big Burger Man, and Gary Biggs all at once. I'm going to tell you guys thanks. Have a great weekend. And let's move along to the close of my videos, which says, think for yourself, question authority. And I'm going to add in, have a great weekend too. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Call us anytime at 954-493-8811. If you live in South Florida and you want to buy or sell any type of precious metals or even rare coins and estate type stuff like jewelry, artwork, and antiques, but I'll get into that later. We're here, been here since 95 in this location. I'm a second generation dealer, been doing it since 1977. That's it. I can drink my rest of my wine here. Go grab my potato, throw some food on the grill, and enjoy the rest of my weekend as well. Thanks, folks. Talk to you on Monday.